Hey everyone, it's Chaos World here, back again. This is with Dorothy, and I wanted to do her story bio thing. It's not 100%, it's just what I got right now, and basically the gist of it. For a thing that I've been doing is I've been going through the characters and collecting all the info I have on them, and I've been breaking up their bios into certain sections. So their sections like their backstories, then as in what they're doing, like how they met, not how they really met up, but like their backstories, and then what they do during the Dragon Wars, that huge event, and then pretty much what happens after. So that's how I've been doing it. I'll probably do a redo video of all my characters, so things would make more sense instead of everything being in like a bunch of random videos. And eventually I'll make a playlist when that's done. So this is Dorothy, and I have a little sheet that I'll be reading off of, so I probably won't be making much eye contact, but so basically Dorothy grew up as a farmer, and during like the war, not the Dragon War, but like regular war that was going on everywhere before. She was working like as that, and farmers at that time were in really high demand. So things were a bit tough because she worked a lot. She worked a lot. She worked every day except Sunday. And she is the second born of 6 kids, and her family is still getting bigger. And well, they mostly need the kids who's farm. But yeah, she's the second born of the 6 kids, and she's the most obedient. She's the most, she's like the angel child, I guess. She's pretty much the star child of all of them. She is a very good child in her parents' eyes, and she's, as I said, very obedient. She's kind. She is just a good person, and that's what she mostly had. She lives in a kind of out in the country, of course, and they live in a community of farmers. They don't go to the city very often. Usually, when the city wants to pick things up, they'll send someone to like pick things up or whatever. They don't really. The farmers themselves don't go out. The people responsible for like truck driving and stuff like that, they'll go out to the cities, but them themselves don't go anywhere. And Dorothy herself has only been to the city a handful of times, and it was for business. And she claims that she didn't like the city anyways, and because of it, that it's full of sin and pollution of all kinds. But she always dreamed of going to the city and, I don't know, living there for a little while, seeing what it's like, and spreading good word. Because spoiler, well, that says Holy Bible, it's backwards. But she's religious, and she said she always wanted to like spread the word of God to those sinful people type stuff. So she's always wanted to go to the city. And one thing about her personality is, oh my God, no. She's alright. Hair's just a little messed up, but anyways. Oh no, she keeps doing it. Okay, she's kneeling from this point on. I'm not dealing with it. Sorry. Anyways, basically, Dorothy is one of those people who she loves praises. That's why she's such a good child, such a person. She loves to be praised, and when she does good things, she gets praises for it, so she keeps doing good things. She loves to be praised, and she thinks that if she goes to the city and she becomes this great prophet of God or something, but like, spreading the word, she becomes well known and stuff, she'll be praised even more. She loves it to sing. And oh yeah, so she's religious like most of the people in that whole little farming community, and her family's religious, and she goes to church every Sunday, morning she goes to church. Doesn't matter, even if she's sick, she goes to church. She always goes. And another thing that I put down to mention is that in their little farmer traditions, they do arranged marriages usually, and she was arranged to be married in her future when she became of age. And then a little bit after that announcement, well, maybe more than a little bit, but like a couple months or so after that, she was arranged, and not arranged, the dragon war hit, and her specific area wasn't hit by too many fireballs or any falling dragons, but there was still a lot of chaos around her and a lot of fear and all that stuff. So she spent many of those days trying to feed her family, like all the rest of the farmers, with what little crops they had left, because the fireballs that came destroyed a lot of their crops. So they couldn't provide like to cities or anything. They didn't have enough for that. They only had enough basically to feed their families. And even doing that was a stretch of the food. So it was very stressful. During that time, she relied heavily on her religion and faith that would keep her going. She still went on Sundays, like every time. She really went into that. And during that time, she aspired to be a nun. And she said she would become a nun if she lived through this dragon war. So, of course, the dragon war passes, and this is after the government does their cover-up of the whoopsie. She tells her family that she wants to be a nun, and her family does not allow it, and she listens to them because she's like obedient. So they say that she can't be a nun because they really want that marriage that they set up to happen. So she's like, okay, type thing. And she's not very happy because she's not getting to do what she really wants. But she wants to be praised. That's one of her biggest downfalls. She likes to be praised, so she's just doing what her family says that they want her to do. And one day she was singing in the chapel after she did some prayers by herself, and the stranger appeared, and they put the stranger's chestnut brown hair was pushed back by pink headphones that was lowered to her neck. Her chocolate brown eyes sparkled as she smiled. "My name is Arakai. How would you like to be a star?" So that is when Dorothy basically meets Arakai, who, I don't know if I mentioned in an earlier video, but Arakai is basically, after the Dragon War, she can pretty much live a human life again, and she wants to pick up where she left off, and she wants to do her music thing again, and she gets drawn to these two other girls who remind her of her two best friends that went missing the one night so long ago. And one of those girls has the voice of one of her friends, so when she heard it, she's like, I have to pair up with this girl. I have to get her into this whole music thing. She wants it to be kind of like the past, but she knows it's not going to be exactly like the past because these are different people and everything. But she feels like the friends are reincarnated into these people, and that Arakai was meant to meet them and bring them together type thing. So Dorothy shrugs it off, and she's like, no, I'm happy with my life type thing. It's not happening. And it takes Arakai quite a long time to get Dorothy to go with her. But she does get in. She tells Dorothy, like, you're not going to get in trouble. It's only a 6-month thing that we're going for at first, so you'll come back in time to get married and do all the stuff that you're supposed to be doing that your parents said. So she's like, okay, I'll go type thing. And I'm going to church every Sunday and all that stuff. She's like, yeah, you can do that. But of course, when she actually gets to the city, things, like at first, things are exactly how she said, condition-wise, but you know how it is once you're out there, and once she actually starts getting popular and stuff like that, things start to change, of course, and she has to go through that stuff. And I'm not saying that, like, she changes her life and is like, oh no, my life was in a downward spiral, I've been doing drugs and all this crazy stuff. No, she doesn't do any of that, but there's like some pros and cons that pretty much happen on this adventure. I haven't figured out all the details. This is pretty much the point where all my characters are at that I'm making story-wise. It's just after the Dragon Wars, after all that, like what kind of people they are and what kind of things they're doing. And for Dorothy, she's just experiencing this celebrity life that she's actually dreamed of, because she gets praised. People are always screaming her name. She loves it, but at the same time, she's kind of conflicted about it because she has to do some stuff that she doesn't really agree with. Like, it's not anything major. Like, she kind of has to, you can see, like, this, Araka basically says, at first they let her wear this, but after a while, Araka is like, listen, you want to make money, you want fans, you can't keep wearing this. Like, you're gonna have to try to start wearing what people today are wearing, type thing. And she doesn't really like, she's not very comfortable with it, type thing, having to wear more kind of revealing stuff. She's always been used to really covering a lot, and they don't throw her in cold turkey. They start off, like, first wear, like, capris, and then eventually get to shorts, and these shorts can get to, like, the Spanx eventually, or type thing. But they don't tell her it's going to get to that level. They just say, just bit by bit. She isn't really a fan of it, but when she does it, she does get the praise that she really wants, that she really loves. So that's, I guess, the whole praise thing is one of her biggest downfalls as well. So I guess in the future I can talk a little bit more about it if you guys want. Once I figure out more, I'll share more and I guess add it to that little playlist. So that is just the introduction of Dorothy that I have so far. And if I asked this before, but I wasn't sure if I did or not, but do you guys want to ask my dolls anything? It doesn't have to be now. It could be after I finally reintroduce all their stories and explain everything that's happening with all the characters and where they are in their story now. You can ask my dolls anything, or you can even leave comments below asking questions, and I'll hold on to it until I do a big ask my dolls anything Q&A type thing. I'm sorry, I have a bunch of charger in my hand and I keep playing with it, and that's what this is. But yeah, so basically there's that. Here she is a bit closer. Oh, her face is so pretty. Her wig's messed up because she kind of, you saw the fall. But nice old wig. I kind of fixed it so it fits nice now. And this is the back of it, by the way. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna let this get too long. Bye guys, thanks for watching.